Our economy is strong as hell. The internals. Inflation is worldwide. It's worse off everywhere else than it is in the United States.
Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, First Republic Bank has been taken over by federal regulators and sold to JP Morgan.
Second largest bank failure in the country's history.
Fair to say you simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it.
Guess what? It grows the economy.
We print it digitally, so we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money digitally, and we do that by buying treasury bills or bonds or other government guaranteed securities, and that actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
We're sort of at the beginning of what is going to be the most anticipated recession in probably modern history. Everyone expects the recession.
Our economy is strong as hell.
What is going on YouTube? It's Brendan from Market Makers. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday and gearing up for a fabulous weekend. I have some good plans. My daughter's coming out with her boyfriend here at the ranch. We have a big shooting range set up, so we're going to be doing some target practice, some barbecue, and just have some good old-fashioned Florida fun. You guys know what I'm talking about. It is hot here. It is hotter than Hunter Biden's crack pipe, believe it or not, if that's even possible. That's how hot it is here. Guys, these markets, they're getting heated up too. So we need to talk about this. Powell's out there talking this week. Lagarde from the ECB's out there talking about inflation, talking about a bunch of different topics. But as you guys know, the recession, if you watch my channel, if you watch other people's channels, if you follow analysts who have been accurate in the past, the recession is all but guaranteed. Deutsche Bank, as a matter of fact, saying it's near a 100% guarantee. It's a 97% probability based on the economic indicators, the yield curve inversion, the LEI, the leading economic indicators. So it depends what you want to look at, but it is a 97% probability. And so for the couple of people that you keep saying a recession is coming, I want to play for you Michael Darda real quick. I follow Michael. He's a excellent analyst and strategist. Listen to what he has to say about the yield curve inversion and what that delay is and what the norm is. Lee, go ahead and run that, guys. It's 90 seconds. Talk about it on the other side.
We see this shocking curve inversion now reinvert almost through March, maximum inversion on the vanilla spread, the 210 spread. You look at other spreads. Why are we impatient on the signals of inversion?
Thanks for having me on, Tom. I think we're impatient simply because the yield curve is a long leading indicator with a lot of historical variation between inversion and subsequent recession. Based on the 10-year to 1-year Treasury spread, that's the one we focus on. Recessions have occurred anywhere between 7 months and 25 months post-inversion, with the average outcome 12 to 14 months. So we're 11 months into inversion on that specific yield curve. And so it's just premature to say, oh, the statute of limitations is now up. We've been inverted for too long and the economy is held up. We are slowing. There's no doubt about that. But the recession debate continues to go on. But this always happens, Tom. You've been around for a couple cycles now. When the yield curve inverts, the macro data and even risk markets, do tend to hold up for some time. And so the perception is it's different this time. It's a false signal, and the it's different this time phrase is really the most dangerous in economic forecast.
So yes, a couple of key takeaways there. We're approaching that normative range of when the recession would actually hit here in the next few months, as you heard him say. And you guys heard me say this before as well. What did he say there at the end? This time is different is such a dangerous phrase. There's going to be people left holding the bag when all of the markets turn back around. And we have a very key inflection point here on Bitcoin on the screen, on the S&P, on the NASDAQ. Do we have a little bit higher up to go? Or is this thing getting ready to double top out like we've been examining here the last few videos? Let's go ahead and dive into this, guys. We'll make this video short and sweet, get you about your day. Bitcoin, this is our bull case narrative. If Bitcoin is to propel up further, whether the S&P can go up a little bit more or not, but Bitcoin gets that last oomph shot. Again, the wave symmetry here on the up wave, 63, 58, 60. Geometric mean is 61. Again, fee expressed. So this is a possible target here. The lower target, 34,770. My higher target, 39,791. And again, this would be the top where it would be coming down from, giving us a move down, an ABC move, as a matter of fact, down. So this is the bull case, guys. And of course, the bear case is just the market as it lays now. You activated a dragon pattern. Let me show you something else. And looking at this from a vibration cycle perspective, you have your 5 waves here. Here's your 4 or 3, here's your 4, and your 5th wave. Where could this go? You have your 2 dragon pattern targets, which activated already, one slightly higher at 32,750. And again, that 5th wave could go to 34,770, 39,791. I know everybody would love to see it get up to this level. Okay. And then you're looking at your corrective move down. And again, this will be the top, I do believe, for the year, wherever these rallies fail. This will be the top for the year because the economic conditions, I know many people follow various analysts that talk about them or watch some businesses, but many people do not. You guys that do follow, you know the economic conditions are going down around the world. They are getting worse. We have Germany in a recession, the 3rd largest individual economy in the world. What does that mean for the Eurozone? Well, if Germany's in a recession, of course, the Eurozone is going to be going into recession. Put together, the Eurozone with Germany, obviously, it's the 2nd largest economy in the world. It's larger than China. They flip-flop back and forth all the time. China's basically in a recession. They lie about their numbers, so we don't know what the actual numbers are, but they're stimulating their economy. The US, all of the indicators are showing we're going into a recession. So lower growth, prices will top out. So this is something you guys need to be aware of course, as you're always looking at your holdings. And we do have, like we showed before, our dragon pattern here. And again, this could be active here. This can come up slightly higher. And we just have the fact that we have key fibs up here on our wave projection, 3477, 39,791. Let's look at this in a smaller time frame. Well, actually, let's look at the indicators. You are bullish here on the MFI paper in the market. So again, this is stacking up nicely here on the 3-day chart for a last impulsive move up. Momentum starting to swing back up as well. Let's look at this on the daily. You can see this again, all about your projections of how accurate your fibs can be. We shorted this 20% decline. Short it here again on the Discord. 17% decline. Mark on our Discord, I shared that with you the other day, had long down here. As I've been predicting on YouTube, we would do what, guys? Come all the way back and retest the ceiling of our Wyckoff ceiling. Okay, and it's exactly what we did. Longed it down here, 27% pump up. You guys want to trade with us? You can come and join for free by checking out SimpleFX, where you can get up to a $5,000 instant deposit bonus available instantly in your margin based on your deposit. You don't earn it, you don't roll it over. Link in the video description. Check it out. Message Lee if you have any problems. Our Telegram is in the video description. We don't use WhatsApp. Don't respond to the spammers. If you guys want to trade all the altcoins and all of the different cryptos, then check out BingX. Link also in the video description. Both of them will pay for your first month. You get all of our indicators, education, everything, live stream, trade signals, TA, all included, including in that free month. So check it out. All right, guys, let's look at this. So again, Bitcoin just stacking the candles here. 29,797 is your base down here. You're looking for this break above 30,823, which is your 1618 impulse. That's how you get to your higher targets. On the daily, you came up, a little bit of trend exhaustion here, but still in the bullish zone. Momentum rolling over some. All this to be expected after a nice pump up. Let's look at this on the 1 hours. You can drill down into some more targets here. You can see we have resistance at 30,544. We're slightly above that right now. Again, that 1618 carried over from the larger time frames is 30,823. And then we have a 2618 projection at 31,000. So you can see the different levels here of your fibs, and you can see where they're all giving you confluence. So downside for support, watch 30,303. 305, and of course down here at 29.8 and the 618 at 29.6. All of these levels have been hit, okay? So this is the zone. You're trading in a very tight grid right now, but it is something to watch, especially we're trading, a lot of the guys are trading this on our Discord up and down in these waves, 1 hour time frame. Lots of people go even smaller. What's the dollar doing? Well, the dollar's pumping, guys. The dollar is rising up 103 spot 324. If it starts moving up here, I'm looking at that 104 at the 618, and of course the 105 at the 1 fib, okay? And you can see we almost kissed it up here. Got to flip that 618 though, because that's where we had strong resistance. Nice double bottom Gartley structure here, geometric Gartley pattern forming here as well. So you see this, I'll draw it for you right here. Is your low, your deeper low, and then your higher low, okay? And so that's what I'm looking at here for this target right there, 105,917. So we'll see if this can start moving up even higher. This is going to affect a lot of things if the dollar does keep moving up, but the VIX is still staying suppressed, 13 spot 62, still below your pandemic low. Is this putting in a bear market top? Well, we're going to go examine that right now on the S&P. All right, guys, so this trend line, I want to share this with you. I got this trend line from Peter Eliades. He's a stock cycle trader, older gentleman, super nice guy. Some of you have seen him on Fox Business News as well. He doesn't put out a lot of YouTube videos, but he put one out recently, a couple days ago, showing a trend line. This is log scale on the S&P, okay? I have it on the monthly, so I could fit it all in here to show you guys. I think he did it on the weekly on his, same thing. It's just a log scale, but going back to the crash of 87. I just want to show you something that's really interesting. Peter did a very long video on this, like 30 minutes. I always believe in giving people credit that discover things. Unlike people that borrow other people's pivot patterns, don't give them credit and see it all over Twitter and on YouTube. Thanks for everybody sending me all those screenshots of the pivot pattern I have all over the place. Maybe they came up with it themselves, but even the format, like everything's laid out the exact same way. So, you know, who knows? But going back to 87, you see this is where your trend line starts. GFC, or I'm sorry, .com. You use the trend line for support. GFC, you stack candles here on the trend line before collapsing. Okay, let me zoom in now so we can see this a little bit better. So here's your candle stack. This is a monthly time frame, by the way, so there's only a few candles. Candle stack right on the trend line collapses, right? Come back up. You hit this and the pandemic as well hit this, as well as the 2018 sell-off, okay? Pandemic hit it, then you got your wave 3 above, and you're hitting it again right now. So really interesting to watch. Something I want to point out, though, that Peter did not say, because this is probably a cycle. It's an esoteric cycle that he doesn't track, although we've made many videos on it. Anybody know what this was in 87? That's right, 7-year cycle. The Shemitah. That's what that crash was. Anybody know what this was here in .com? 7-year cycle. The Shemitah. Anybody know what the GFC cycle was? 7-year cycle. The Shemitah. Anybody know what this cycle was? You guys see a pattern here? I mean, we're all budding pattern traders now. This was the 7-year cycle, the Shemitah. So this is when you get all of these big collapses in the market. This was September 2021 to September 2022. Previous two bubble cycles, we bottomed the following year. Bottomed in 02 during the .com bubble, and we bottomed in 09, March of 09, S&P 666 over here in the GFC. So will we get this same bottom this year, which again, obviously with the way things are going, that would be, you know, your fall equinox time frame. This may get pushed out because like you heard Michael Darda say, like we've been tracking with the recession, it all depends when that recession comes. Markets tend to bottom during or after a recession, depending how long the recession is, but they have never bottomed one time in history prior to a recession. So you're going to get a sell-off, and understanding the normative statistics here in the marketplace, what happens in bubbles? Well, you can just look at history, guys. Going back over here to .com, S&P down 50%, NASDAQ down 84%. What happened in the GFC? S&P down 50%. What happened in the 72 bubble? S&P down 67%. Okay, so you have a minimum of a drop if you complete the same exact cycle that you always have. Looking at the S&P going down 50% would be a safe bet. Largest money pump in history of the world after the GFC, which accelerated after the pandemic crash. Okay, trillions upon trillions of dollars have been pumped into the market. Takes time to settle. The recession will come. It could be here now. It could be here in the next 2 or 3 months, but that's when you get these big sell-offs. Let's go ahead and continue this. Looking at the S&P, last video, guys, we're talking about the possibility for a clean double top. Shorted this up here at 44.42, took this trade down, all the way wrote it down, and now we're pumping back up. Key resistance here on the pivot pattern is 44.15. That would be a retest of your 1 fib, okay? But we're going to zoom in to the smaller time frames, but look how clean this thing is forming for a double top. It could end up chopping around like our previous 9% trade that I shared with you guys, and it's in our Discord as well. 9% drop. Now remember, the S&P historically in a recession trades 33% off its cycle high. That's that number that I keep giving you, getting you down to 3,100 to 3,300, somewhere in that range. That would be the historical norm. But you're going to see a sell-off once everybody understands that the recession is inevitable. Let's go ahead and look at this on a clean daily. Again, here's your bounce. Fib retracement perfectly on the 618, 4,333. Trying to move up. Here's our 44.15. If we break this, okay, if the markets want to stay bullish, if they want to stay bullish and you come up, again, you got to break that 44.52, pivot out. My upside target, if we do decide to break it, is 45.44. If we don't break this, you are simply doing some type of lower high, co-equal high, lower high would be much easier to trade. Again, traditional Gartley pattern, double top, ABC move, multiple names for this, okay? But that's what you would be doing. If we just grab a simple fib retracement from that high to the low, what I want to look at is the 786. Let's put that on here really quickly. And our 618. Get rid of all these other ones so you guys can see this a little bit better. Right here. So I want to look at this on the daily time frame, guys. 786 is 44.26, okay? And the 618 is 44.06. We're just shy of that. 618, the most commonly retraced to fib. But 786, even better if we can get up there. Let's see if that happens Friday. How can you trade this? There's multiple methods. And of course, if I see a trade looking like we're topping, I will be posting it. But there's multiple ways to trade this, guys. Just always manage your risk responsibly. One way I would potentially trade this, again, if this does end up being a double top structure, is wherever this high is. This is how Gartley traded it in his book. I think it was page 234, and How to Profit in the Stock Market. You can put your stop a tick above that local high. Can trade this with fractals and wait for this to reverse, or you can just simply use whatever method you normally use, a percentage-based stop loss, ATR, whatnot. But lots of different ways to skin a cat, as they say. So I want to see where this gets to. 786, 44.26 would be a lovely target if we start topping out there. Getting candles, struggling to get above, getting supply dumped, and start rolling over, and see this in the indicators as well. Very important to see this in the indicators because you're still bullish. You're flatlined on the daily, but you're bullish. Momentum swung down, but still bullish as well. So we got to be aware this could pulse out to 45.44. Looking at the NASDAQ, same exact structure, guys. Double top coming back up, right? That's all this is. We have that key resistance. I have my 2618 here at 15,145, which we got slightly above. Looking at, we basically already kissed the 618. So the 786 is 15,186. The 618 is 15,068. Again, want to see if we get up there and struggle. Looking at a drop of volume, looking at supply coming on the candles, and making our classic double top type pattern. This is exactly what we've been talking about was a very real possibility on this channel as this pump has been coming. You guys, I draw them all the time, so I'm not going to do it and bother you with it. But we draw these double tops all the time because it's an ABC move. It's a common corrective move. The market is overheated. It mean reverted here on the NASDAQ down to its volume weight at 21. Got a little pop back up. We'll see if this keeps going up. Again, that upside risk target, 15,544 is a 786 from the all-time high, okay, down to your market low. So that's my upside risk target if we do want to break out, look for some action here as another potential ceiling. But this is really weak rebound so far. Things could change, quarter ending, all that fun stuff. They like to run up the prices sometimes. We'll see what happens on Friday if they really pump this a little bit and hit one of these key retracement levels. You got to be Johnny on the spot. Oh, we got to look at the indicators. MFI, paper in the market, still bullish, but going back towards the median line. Obviously, your momentum has died off as well. Looking at gold, guys, again, sine waves playing out beautifully. What I want to focus here on gold, again, we shorted this up here. It's just all about patterns, guys. Short it here, nice drop so far, right? Shorted gold above 2055, got all the way down below 1891, 1892, got all the way down here. But look at what it did. See this demand wick here on the 3-day chart, and you can zoom into smaller time frames. The key fib here, 618, 1909, you're trying to stay above this, okay? And I've drawn this before, again, a vibration cycle. I've drawn this before, but if we just want to look at this vis-a-vis vibration cycle here, if this ends up playing out this way, what you have is a complete vibration cycle to a high, okay? 5-wave pattern, a harmonic cycle is 5. 5-wave pattern, this would be your A that you're putting in right now. Looking at this, and then you will be waiting for a B if you get a B, some type of lower high structure, and then come back down, your impulsive move down, which my target would be 1654 if the markets do top out and start selling off as well. And I do not think this would be the low here, guys, but it is a low based on a current fib projection. And this is the exact same move. Again, we've been over this with gold, exact same move. Your A, your B, your C, sell off, okay? Here you are, your A, your B, your C. Sell off, double top pattern, okay? Now, this is much more disjointed, as you can see, than the previous one. So that's the question here because, you know, this is really disjointed. This could be your double top. I know this, I'm not Bob Ross, so I know this is kind of poorly drawn. This could be your double top here, and that was the second top. But we'll see because it wants to hold that 618. And I do believe if the S&P does want to come up to that 4,500 target, guys, this could definitely wave back up. It was moving up. Gold has been tracking to the market. It has not been moving inversely to the markets. So be aware of that. 1909, key support level. 2064, key resistance level. Awesome trade so far here on gold. And then let's look at this on the euro dollar. Again, a harmonic cycle on a broader picture. This is a daily time frame. This can be viewed a couple different ways. This could be bullish coming off of a base because you do have your low, you do have your higher low. So it depends what time frame you want to look at this, but I'm just seeing if this plays out this way with this cycle because again, you would have your A, your B looking for a move down. So we have to see what the dollar wants to continue to do here. Where's my drawing tool? Here it is. And let's see this. So this is what this would look like, guys. If this is correct, but we'll look at this on a larger time frame as well. But if this is correct, you'd be looking at some type of move with your C wave being impulsive. Let's just draw it down here to the 1618 down this way. And you'd be looking at a very nice drop here in the euro dollar. Let's zoom this out to the 3-day chart. You can see with the central banks around the world raising rates, nobody's cutting rates, but everybody's raising rates. Well, I think China might be cutting rates, but you get these massive moves, guys, massive moves in the Forex space. You can trade all the Forex, obviously, on SimpleFX. That's what they started as, was a Forex broker. They have equities, everything there now, commodities. But I'm watching this move here, and this will be a fantastic move because, again, on a smaller time frame, the daily, 8-hour, 12-hour. This also is a triple top. You keep hitting the same resistance. My projection on my harmonic cycle, the 2618. You got up here on 3. You got up here on 5. You fell apart, and now you're up here on B. If this plays out this way, so I'm tracking this. I'll probably trade vis-a-vis my Fibonacci fractal system and see where this goes to if it does go down. Got to see if the dollar wants to keep pumping or if it's going to stop. Okay. All right, everybody. 21 minutes. Fast video from from me. Again, I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Like, subscribe, check out our Discord. Love to see you guys there. Next video will be Monday. Take care, everybody.